This is the first ever footage of inside MBR. Look at the disgusting conditions. At any one time up to 2,000 dogs are held inside Britain's biggest puppy factory. They've been selling Beagle puppies from this site for over 40 years, but in 2021 when this undercover footage was released in the media, it led to a wave of protest, and this sparked off Camp Beagle, a permanent protest camp right outside of MBR. These poor dogs have to endure these prison conditions. They never get out. These puppies are broken even before they go to the laboratories. This shocking evidence shows how distressed the puppies are inside MBR.
At just a few months old, these puppies are already displaying pathological repetitive behaviours, typical in confined animals whose basic needs are not being met.
The footage clearly shows a failure to provide these dogs with the care and conditions they deserve. Their behaviour is typical of confined animals under stress, and their welfare is compromised by a lack of comfort, hygiene, enrichment and stimulation. The vet went on to say, the puppies display pathological repetitive behaviours typical in confined animals whose needs are not being met. Many can be seen pacing the same loop up and down in a similar manner to how an enclosed zoo animal might behave. They are offered little to no apparent comfort, having to lie on concrete or plastic grates without bedding. The only stimulation they appear to be afforded are solid rubber toys attached to hanging chains.
On weekdays the dogs are left unattended for 16 hours. At weekends this goes up to 20 hours the dogs are left unattended. Scandalous. Here the puppies are seen crowding around the rear of another dog as she defecates. The poo literally hardly hits the ground before it is eaten, and then that dog herself gobbles up another poo. In those few minutes that the camera was inside, it captured all these terrible scenes. The pacing, the noise. What this film doesn't capture is the smell. We've smelled the stench from outside. It's a factory, it's run like a factory. The food and water systems are totally automated. Here you'll see a metal nipple drinker, just as they get in a pig or an intensive chicken unit. This place is disgusting. The dogs don't even get a water bowl. They get nothing but abuse and neglect, and all these crimes are hidden away from the public by secrecy legislation. Why? Why was this American-owned multinational corporation granted a license by the Home Office to operate here, despite having a criminal record for cruelty in Italy, running an identical establishment? Its management were imprisoned for animal abuse. And remember, these dogs, they never see a blade of grass, they never see the sky, they never feel a drop of rain. The only time they get to go out is when they're loaded into vans and sent to toxicology laboratories. It's a disgrace. Since Camp Beagles, the days of MBR being able to operate in secrecy are over. There has been resistance. Large amount of police have been deployed to escort the dogs out of MBR. They get taken to their final destination, the toxicology laboratories, where what awaits them is a slow, lingering, painful death. Literally a fate worse than death. No more torture, no more lies. At the labs, dogs are gradually poisoned with chemicals such as bleach and weed killer. These tests are outdated, painful and utterly useless. The secrecy of this industry has been so successful that this shocking clip you're about to see is some of the last undercover footage to come from a UK laboratory in the past 25 years. It still shocks today.
Oh, don't mess about, dog. It's gonna shake. He will anyway. Right. You're getting fucking mad with you! Every fucking time point!
Come here, Robert. Give him here.
These scenes captured inside MBR were not collated from hundreds of hours of undercover footage. They came from just a few minutes when the cameras were able to enter into this otherwise hidden world of animal cruelty. There's been resistance against animal experiments for over 100 years in the UK. There was absolute scandal caused when the smoking beagles were exposed in the Sunday newspapers. There have been so many marches, demos, liberation raids. There's been a massive opposition to vivisection in this country. But sadly, it's as if animal experimentation took a back seat, put to one side, almost to the point where it's forgotten about, which is just where the industry wants it. One of the most common responses we get at Camp Beagle here is, nah, surely they don't do that. That's been banned years ago, hasn't it? They don't do that in this country. Here's our evidence that they do. But what's happening now, what's happening today about these hidden crimes? The 21st century has seen a surge of interest in animal cruelty issues, spearheaded by the meteoric rise of the vegan movement. The commitment and determination of Camp Beagle has reinvigorated the fight against vivisection all over again, and this time we're not going to stop until we ban all animal experiments.